Shoes, $75 original price, markup 30%. So your proportion, it's a percent proportion, and we know percent over 100 and part over total or original goes on bottom. So if we look, 30%, percent goes on top of 100. Now your $75, is that the original price or is that the 30%? Right? It's the original price. So you're going to solve this proportion. Now, if you already are good at solving proportions, I am asking you to fast forward because you don't need to listen to me. But if you're still struggling a little bit, go ahead and work it out with me. We have 100 times x. And we don't know that answer, so we just call it 100x. We also have 75 times 35. Or I'm sorry, 75 times 30. Once we have our proportion drawn, we use it to make this equation. And once we have the equation, we don't care about the proportion anymore. It's just not important. Now we're going to solve this equation. And of course, we want x by itself, so we're going to divide by 100. Opposites cancel out. Here's your trick. You can either divide 2,250 by 100, or you can just move the decimal. If there isn't a decimal, it goes at the end, right? Like the period at the end of the sentence. If we're dividing by 100, we have 2 zeros. So we're going to move this decimal 2 times. 1, 2. So our markup amount is $22.50. Now, sometimes a problem will ask you for the markup, and sometimes the problem will ask you for the new price. So you have to read carefully and decide what each problem is asking you. Our markup amount is $22.50. If we are marking up, how much money is that? I agree, $97.50. If you add these together and your total comes up less than $75, you did something wrong, probably lining up your decimal. All right, the next one's the same way. You have a shirt, $33 is your original. Remember, if it's part over whole or total or original, and percent over 100. So your proportion, you have 45 over 100. Is this $33 the original, or is it equal to the 45%? Right, it goes on the bottom. And again, if you know what you're doing as far as solving, please don't listen to me. Fast forward, don't waste your time. If you're not real good at proportions, stick with me. 100 times x is 100x. 33 times 45. You need to actually do that. I think that's right, but don't trust me. Once you have your equation, You are done with your proportion. Now don't scribble yours out. I still need to see it. But the point is you're not going to use it anymore. Now you're just solving this equation. So you're going to divide each side by 100, which is the same as moving the decimal 2 times. 1, 2. Which means your markup is $14.85. So what is the total price then? If it's markup, your price should be going up. So $33 plus $14.85. Not too bad.